morning, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today is Sunday, and this is May 2nd, Mental Health Month. And what I want to talk about is my mental health, and I haven't really been talking about it that much. Excuse me, my nerves and stuff is really bothering me this morning. And I want to bring it up and everything because I haven't really been talking about my illness that much because I've been doing okay, and this how my channel really started, talking about my mental illness and stuff. I talk about my depression sometimes, but I don't talk about all the rest of the things that used to go on with me and stuff. How I found out all about this is when my mom had died a while back, and she died of Alzheimer's and stuff, and I had a real bad nervous breakdown afterwards. I didn't know I was having a breakdown. I wasn't really showing. Put it like this: when she died, she was my best friend, and I hate the way she died and stuff because my crazy ass family was fighting over her and stuff, and I was just going through so much, and I thought my brother had my back with her because she had Alzheimer's and stuff, and my sisters, uh, they like being in control of our things and stuff, and she had Alzheimer's, and at that time nobody really didn't want my mama and stuff because how can you not want your mama to come live with you because you don't want to deal with her illness. She had Alzheimer's. She didn't ask for that or nothing. It just happened. Just like my illness happened and stuff and all like that. So we dealt with it. I dealt with so much back then. And I was going through so much, and I was just building it up and everything. And then when she died, it looked like it took a piece of my soul with her. And that's a very touching subject when I talk about my mama, because she was my best friend, and when I lost her, and like when she died, half of my soul died with her. And and I'm sorry, it's gonna be a very touching video here. Cause this is how I found out about my illness. That I was born with schizophrenia and stuff. And when my mom died, it was just like somebody just stabbed me in my heart, and they just ripped one whole part of it left, and it just left me with that much left with me in my heart. I couldn't breathe, and my mind was just everywhere. Cause at that time I didn't cry for her when she died. I didn't go to her wake because I was not ready to say goodbye to her because she was my best friend. We used to go shopping. We did everything together. Before I learned how to drive and I was riding the bus to work, I used to call her at 5 o'clock in the morning and ask her, can she talk to me until I walked to the bus stop to go to work, because rain, sleet, or snow, I'm going to work because I had kids to take care of. And I walked all the way from my house all the way to the bus stop and stuff. And she talked to me from that time, it didn't matter. Whatever time I call, she on the phone and she gonna talk to me. And that's how I do my kids. Whenever they call me and they need to talk, I'm awake. My eyes just pop open and stuff. Because that's what mamas do for their kids. They pushes their time away to deal with their kids and stuff. Whatever they got going on, they push it away for their children and stuff. So you can say I was spoiled, but I was spoiled in a good way, not no bratty way. We talked, we shopped. When I finally learned how to drive, ooh, my whole family was so happy that Daddy taught me how to drive, and I got me a car. And I saved up my money, my tax money, to get me a car and stuff. They were so happy, so they didn't have to take our mama. Well, I used to say my mama. She had 12 kids, but in my little zone, in my little apple, my little bubble, I was her only child. Because I was always at her beck and call. Because she did her job. She raised 12 beautiful children. And I was the baby. And I used to tell on everybody and stuff. And me and her talked, we gossiped, we laughed. When she get ready to go somewhere, she don't call nobody else. She calls me because I called her all the time. We talked 24 hours on that doggone phone. We can just sit there and laugh at each other, just laugh. And she'll think of something, she called me. I think of something, I call her. And then when I met Danny, I fell in love with his mom, and me and her was the same way. So I had two moms that I had to split myself in half with. But it didn't hurt that much when Danny mom died, but I did miss her. And I promised, and she asked me, can I take care of her son when she's gone? I told her, yeah. I will always be there for him and stuff. And that put her at ease that I was going to be there for her son and stuff. And then when my mom died, it just ripped me apart. And a couple months down, I just started acting out. I didn't know why I stayed depressed. Oh, God. But like that disease, just when she died, it just woken up. And I couldn't put it back in that bottle or nothing. I was just full of hatred. Hatred just came from nowhere. I stayed fussing and arguing with my children. I stayed arguing with Danny. I I didn't hate my children, but I hated Danny. If he even look at me the wrong way, I want to argue with him. I wanted to cuss him out. I wanted I was just full of rage. Like everything just wanted to come out when she died. And I just couldn't take it anymore. Me and Danny used to go out. I can hear little voices in my back of my head saying, they telling me that he's being unfaithful to me. Look at him. Look the way he looking at the other women in the club, and knowing he wasn't looking at nobody. I was paranoid. The voices was bothering me. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Every time Danny come in town, we argue. We argue. He go get hotels at the casinos and stuff. But the last time, and I just couldn't take it. I just didn't know what was going on with me. And I was telling him something is going on with me, and I don't know what it is. And it's driving me crazy. And I just want to scream because I was just full of hatred, and I ain't never been full of hatred before. And I just hated the world, and I wanted everybody to die. And that wasn't me. And I was in so much pain because my mama was gone. She left me on this earth. She left me here, and I didn't know how to deal with her pain. I still don't know how to deal with her pain and stuff. I write in my journal That's the only way how I deal with my pain. And I make videos. And it took me it took me a long time to get where I am today. And I did this by myself. That's how I know I'm a fighter. Because I dealt with this by myself with nobody else's help, because they didn't understand my pain. When I tried to talk to them, they did not understand my pain. They didn't want to find out what schizophrenia really is. I am a schizophrenia, plus I'm bipolar too. And I have PTSD from my rape and my abuse when I was younger with the children's sperm donor and that guy Michael. I have nightmares about that. My doctor, she gives me pills because sometimes I have sleep insomnia. I can go without sleep for almost a week, and I can just have about 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and I'm okay. And when that's going on, when that sleep something coming on, that's when my bipolar kicks in, and that I can be on full force, and I can go without sleep. I used to do that back then when Dan was in and out of town, but now he lives out of town. And me and him used to go out, and I can just do maybe 2 hours of sleep, and we can just drink liquor. Back then we party like like it was going out of style. We didn't party, but when we do go out, we drink. We used to drink a lot, and we can drink a whole bottle of Absolute by ourselves. He can wake up sick as a dog. Me, I'm waking up hype, ready to do this, ready to do that. I'm just on food like I'm a bunny rabbit. I'm just going. I done got about 2 hours to sleep. He waking up like, what the hell is this female doing? Why are you so hyped? You're not sick. You don't have a hangover. You don't know. I didn't know. When I sit back and I look back at all of this, I was in my bipolar. I was in that high stage. And I didn't need that much sleep and I was just going. I can get up, play my music, and just be on. It's like when you on that stage, that bipolar stage, that manic stage. It's called manic. When I used to be in a manic stage, I can party, I can drink, I can do sex non-stop, because I'm in that manic stage and I'm like going. I'm like a bunny rabbit. And when that manic finally do slow down, that depression is coming in hard. It's waiting on that manic to stop. And once that manic stops, that depression is coming for you. And it's going to hit you hard. And when it hit you, baby, it's hitting you. He came in my room. He came in our bedroom one day. I was doing just fine. We had woke up from that night from going out partying, and I was fine. And it looked like when he came back in that room, that manic had died. Well, I didn't know at that time, and depression hit in hard. Soon as he walked through that door, the depression hit me, and I just went to tears. I started crying. He did not know why I was crying. I was shaking. My hands were shaking. I couldn't stop shaking. I was crying. He like, baby, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong, baby? I like, I don't know. I can't stop crying. I cannot. He walked with me. He talked to me. I just couldn't stop crying. That depression was in there, and it was in there hard. He couldn't figure out nothing. He couldn't figure out the trigger at that time until he thought about it. My favorite thing is music. That what calms me down is music. he put on these kids on my laptop, and he pulled it up. I forgot the name of that little choir, but them little kids, well, they probably teenagers now, and they can sing their heart out. And he turned it on. I was in the bed, I was still shaking, I was still crying. Couldn't stop. Children, he didn't want the children to see me. And he turned it up, turned the speaker, connected the speaker to my laptop, and he turned it up, and that distracted that crying, that depression, and I found it finally sinked into me, and I stopped crying, and I was looking at that, and I was listening to it, and it calmed that depression down in me. And when he came back in, I had calmed down all the way, and he finally figured out what triggers, what can relax and calm me down when I'm in that kind of stage and stuff. It's music. And it gotta be no rap or none of that. It gotta be something that I love. I love pop music. I love some rock music. And the only rap I like is the 80s when I was back in my days. It's some rap that I like now, but not all this boona 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 stuff. But he knows the kind of type of music that I like and that we both like together. But anyway, that's how we found out about the music, how it relaxes me and it takes me to another zone and everything, and I feel free. And then on down, I found out, and back then, before I could find out about my illness, that depression, I used to cry out. All that hatred went down, toned down some, and I just couldn't take it. It was a voice in my head saying, because me and Danny, Danny said enough is enough. He was tired. He was tired of arguing with me. He got up and left and went to work, and I told him I need him. I don't know what's going on with me. I need his help. It felt like my mind was about to burst. It was just feel like it was about to burst open because the voice was in my head and I didn't know what was going on, and everybody was just like it was attacking me. Then I was grieving. I was finally grieving for my mama at that time too. So after he turned his back on me and walked out that room, I fell to my knees crying. And something just said, just kill yourself. You don't deserve to live. Go be with your mama. So I went into my bathroom. My kids was grown at this time. They was all grown. They was in the bed asleep and stuff. It was 5 something in the morning. And Danny was gone to work. And I went in my bathroom. I was crying. And I was listening to the voices. And they were just telling me to die. So I went and got me some pills out of my bathroom. I didn't know. I didn't look to see what it was. I just grabbed them out of there. And I got some and just pulled them in my hand. And I was looking at them. And they were still saying, die, die, die. And I was finna take them, but I heard another voice saying, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't die. Your family needs you. So I just slid down the wall and I cried. And I called my sister that day, one of my oldest sister, Liza. And I told her, I don't know what's going on. I said, maybe it's I'm going through menopause or something. I don't know because I stay depressed and I don't know what it is. And I need help. I didn't tell her that I almost took my life that day. And I miss my mama and stuff. And nobody gets it. Nobody gets my pain. In this day now, nobody still gets my pain. How attached I was to my mama. I was glued to her hip and stuff. And so I made me an appointment at my doctor in my clinic. And I didn't mean to make them cry in my clinic. I didn't mean to make the doctor cry or the nurse cry. But I had so much pain in me, and I needed to get that pain out because I didn't think that nobody could understand that pain that I was going through. And so I told it to them. It's tough. And I told them I am so sorry that I made them start crying. It's tough. Because I told my dad I miss my mama so much that I can't breathe sometimes. And she was my best friend. And I want my best friend back. And stuff. Because nobody gets me the way she do but Danny. And he lives out of town now. And we don't talk that much no more because he's a supervisor. And we still together and everything, but we don't talk like we used to and stuff when he was in and out of town. And but we still talk and stuff, but he puts on the front like I don't know, he knows schizophrenia a little better than he did back then. And he understands me and he will fly over the moon to come to where I'm at. That's why I love him so much, because he'll break his neck trying to get to me and stuff. And I ain't never had nobody like that before. That's why I say he's my first true love. But the doctors, they gave me this questionnaire to fill out. And I told them that I tried to commit suicide. So they got me a therapist to go to. At that time, that's a stupid therapist. It ain't nothing wrong with you, you just depressed. At that time, I didn't know what bipolar was or nothing. They was asking me all these weird questions, and they was not breaking them down to me, and I wasn't understanding nothing. I was trying to tell them that it's more than depression because I heard things that I was trying to explain to her, and she just wasn't listening. And then Danny wasn't listening at that time. Now I just constantly crying, and I couldn't stop crying. So she gave me some Zoloft at that time. And that made me feel like, oh my God, a zombie. And I couldn't take that stuff. It made me feel spaced out and stuff. She got me off of Zoloft. And I told her, And then she started and I had to get rid of her because I found me another doctor, and I would explain I was Googling stuff. That's when I started coming back to myself, and I started Googling things. I was getting out the depression. I was fighting that depression because I saw that. I tried to tell my family members and stuff that I got a mental illness, and they looked at me crazy. Then I had finally told them about the rape back then. They still looked at me crazy. They didn't want to deal with me. They didn't want to. That hurted. And I saw that I was in this world alone, and I got to figure out something, and I got to fight this some kind of way. It was hard fighting it, but I started Googling things, and I started talking to my brother. He said he believed that I was born with schizophrenia because on my daddy's side, one of my uncles on my daddy's side got a mental illness problem. And but when I asked my daddy, that's when he lied and stuff to ain't nobody on their side got no mental illness problem. So Danny started talking to me and told me that I need to get me a lawyer and I can get my disability and stuff because I got a mental illness problem. And that's when I found I got a good therapist then. And he told me, he talked and he listened to me. He asked me questions and I told him what was going on with me. I see people that's not there. They are called shadow people. They are, you see these shadow, you see these body figures. They are called shadow people, and they are dark. They you can glance them at the side of your face. I used to see them. They used to torture me at nighttime when I'm asleep. When I'm trying to go to sleep, I used to be scared. That's why I sleep with my TV on and stuff because I don't want to see the shadow people anymore. And I open my eyes up, they're there, and I'd be scared to look at them and stuff back then. And I'd be paranoid, and I could see visions of stuff that spooks me. But my safe place is my bedroom. When you see me doing things, mostly in my bedroom. I get out, I do things now in the backyard. My home is my safe place. I love this neighborhood. I love where I live at. There's a lot of older people stay over here. It's quiet. If there's kids around this neighborhood that since I've been living over here, I don't know nothing about them because I don't see them. I see some every now and then walking to the stores and stuff, but they come from another way, and I just love my neighborhood. It's they play music and stuff, and I hear it in their backyard and stuff, but it's quiet. And I love quiet. And I love being around older people, older than me and stuff, because they respect you and stuff. And this is a safe place for me, and I love it. I've been here for a long time. And if I ever win the lottery, I want to buy this house. I want to buy it, and I want to add on to it, like my sister did with her house and stuff. But like I said, this illness is not nothing. And like I said once before in my videos, I would never wish this on my worst enemies. And my worst enemies is my sperm donor and my rapist. And I don't even wish this on them heifers, them assholes. Excuse my language. But when I finally realized, and I tried to tell my family, I told my family, I finally know what I have. I'm schizoaffective, schizo mixed with bipolar. I have rage problems, and I have PTSD. And what really relaxes me is my music and shopping. And manic people, bipolar people, love shopping. And me, that's me. I love it. I don't have to be buying it. I just put it in my wish list. It makes me feel so good when I put it in my wish list. And we buy a lot of things, and we are sex addicts. But me, my sex addict has that part of me has calmed down and it died. Because like I said back then, I put it in my videos that I was ashamed of that. And I'm glad that's gone out of me because that was part of my addiction of my illness. And I explained that to Danny and stuff back then and stuff. Because I did some crazy stuff because of this illness. And that's why I said I hated this illness. I hate this illness. But it's a part of me. And I learned about different things. Oh, that's my thing on my phone. I learned about different things and stuff. I'm sorry for this long video, but this is my life, and it's mental illness month, and I'm just getting it all out in one video instead of making different videos and stuff. And that's why I started making videos on YouTube. I had told my therapist that she said that's a great idea to put your stories out there, and you can help other people with their problems and stuff. And you can, cause, excuse me, on Facebook, I got a schizoaffective group that I'm in. I listen to other people's video problems, and I ask them, do any of them have memory loss and stuff. And I went to my doctor, my clinic. She referred me to a specialist about my memory loss and stuff. They say ain't nothing wrong with my memory or nothing. It's my illness that got my memory like this. And I went on the group and I asked the group, do they have memory problems and stuff? And they said, yeah. So around in my room, I got my calendars, and then I got a eraser tablet thing up there on my wall for me and my son. And I put down all our doctor's appointments and stuff, because I do forget a lot of things. And that's why my children, they live with me, and they got power of attorney over me, because I forget things. And then I got a journal so I can go back and look at what happened that day in my life and stuff. And I have a nurse to come over to help me take the pills that I do want to take and stuff. I explained to her I don't take my schizophrenia pills because they the ones that blew me up and stuff, and had me looking like Nutty Professor. That's what it had me looking like. Norman back then. It had me looking like that person. If I had a video, a picture, well, I got pictures and stuff. And that's why I say my family, that's when they started calling me names. Oh, you fat, you fat, you fat. That brought my self-esteem and everything down in me. And I done lost a lot of weight, but then after them pills, them acne pills, messed my intestines up. That's what messed my bowel moving up and stuff. So the weight has stopped dropping, so it's just standing still. And I have to take Miralax and all like that to make the bowels and stuff move. And I'm trying to, like I said, with the weight, my insurance is helping me find a gastric sleeve surgeon doctor and stuff, so I can have the surgery and everything. So we working together on that. So now it's on a standstill because they having a hard time trying to find one in my state and everything. But I'm gonna get off of here in a few minutes and everything. But like I said, it's mental health month, and people are ashamed of mental health. Nobody talks about this stigma of mental health. Only way they talk about it, and you hear about it on the news, and I'm ashamed of this, because when a star die, when a famous person die of a mental illness, or they commit suicide or something, that's when the news people wants to talk about it. People are ashamed of mental illness, of mental illness month. In May, they will talk about breast cancer month. They will talk about HIV month. They will talk about abuse month. They will talk about every other month. People will put it on Facebook. This is lupus month, and yeah, this is lupus month too in May. And I think it's I think it's about abuse too. I think it's about abuse month too, about violence. Stop the violence and stuff, about abuse. I think this month too. But it's mental health month too. But nobody don't talk about it because people are ashamed of it and stuff. I had to delete this guy on Facebook because I had told him about that I was schizophrenic. Ooh, first thing that came out of my mouth, oh, you can kill somebody and you can get off scot free because you can tell them that you schizophrenia. That is nothing to joke about, baby. And it made me so embarrassed and hurt when he said that, because there's a lot of people that's out here that are schizophrenia and they look just like me, normal, but they are ashamed to talk about it and ashamed that they gonna lose their friends or their boyfriends or their family members. Yes, I lost my family. Yes, I love my sisters and brothers, but we're not close no more since my mama died, because she was the glue that was holding all of us together. We talk, we really can't have cookouts now because of COVID, and but I talk to them every now and then. I just went over to my sister's house yesterday to give them their Mother's Day gifts because I know they probably gonna be busy or at church or whatever. So I went on and passed their gifts out yesterday to them and everything, and told them happy. But I'm still gonna tell them happy Mother's Day and stuff. And I stayed over. I can't stay around too many people because I don't want them voices to come around and start bothering me, because I would get paranoid saying that they talking about me and stuff. So I distanced myself because of the voices, and I be feeling like my family be feeling pity for me because of my illness, and they don't know what to say to me. They don't know if I'm gonna snap off at them and stuff, because sometimes they do let stupid stuff come out their mouth because I don't I don't explain my family because they stupid. They got smart mouths. Then they they talk about me in smart and stupid ways about calling me fat. They see, because I don't have daddy here. They know that daddy not here no more to protect me. So they can think they can say whatever they want to say about me and stuff. But me now, daddy gave me a good back. He taught me how to have a backbone, and I stand. And they can push me to a certain limit, and then I'll snap off at them. I don't want to snap off at them. That's why I try to stay my distance from people that act stupid and dumb around me, because I don't want to go off on them. If I go off on them, I don't know how to shut it back down, because that anger builds up and it comes out, and I just lash out at them. I try to be nice. I'm a nice person, but I got a big old heart and I'm kind hearted, and I don't want nobody to take advantage of that. And I don't like nobody to take advantage of me and stuff. So I just I stays away from certain people that's gonna trigger me, and that's gonna trigger that anger. My niece, I love my niece, the one I was talking about it and stuff. I'm gonna have to make a video about her. I just may make another video after that. Well, that's gonna be a third video because my second video is gonna be about Jazz today, a reaction on my Jazz life. But I've been out here too long, and I just want to talk about the month of May and mental illness. But if I made you guys cry, I am so sorry. I'm a very emotional person when it comes to my mom, and it's still a lot of. I'm still sad and I still miss her, and her anniversary of her death is coming up too, and that's gonna be a very emotional day for me. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be an emotional day. It's gonna be an emotional month for me, and know it's gonna trigger a lot of things, and that's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to swallow that whole month, and I know I probably make it on. I don't know if I'm gonna make video. I know I'm gonna make some videos, but I'm gonna cover it up that month and stuff. I think it's June. It's in July. It's her anniversary, and but I will talk to you guys later because I've been on here so long, and I'm getting alerts on my phone and stuff. So I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to share my videos. Click the notification button so you can know when I make up another video and stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.